Hi guys, how are you all doing? I hope you're in the best of health. I hope you're drinking water and minding your business. If you're new to my channel, my name is Annie Paul, and it's so very nice to meet you. I make content on student advice, medicine, lifestyle, and natural hair. If you're returning, thank you so much. I love you so much. You have no idea. In today's video, we're going to be talking about, my experience as a medical observer, how it's going, because I'm still observing so far. So yeah, if this is something that you would like to know more about, please stay tuned. Okay, so guys, as you all know, I am an international medical graduate and I recently graduated from Ukraine. And yes, I have sat for the Mdcn exams before, and I'm just like, I didn't go through. I've shared most of my experience, it's a whole playlist and video after video. I'm just like taking you guys through the journey. It's going to be in the description box if that's something that you're interested in. All right, so after sitting for the exams and not making it through, first off, I went through like different emotions in terms of, first off, feeling inadequate, feeling very self-judgmental basically. And then I'm like, all right, I decided to take a cue from what Mdcn was trying to tell us. At the time, there were like different hearsays and heresies flying around, and I'm just like, what is the major thing to learn from here? Because I was trying to be very, I don't know, do you know how like a problem is going on and you're like, okay, you're not looking at the problem, you're looking at what's the solution. So yeah, I was trying to be solution like oriented at the time, and Mdcn was offering like an observership program, so to speak, and they had 6 selected hospitals. I've shared some of this with you guys before. It's gonna come up on the screen. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do the observership. Like, I'm going to see what they're trying to teach us, learn how they want us to learn, and prepare and come for this exam. And so far, like, it has been very roller coaster-y, because if you've done any medical electives before, if you're a medical student watching me or you're a medical practitioner, you already know that things in medicine happen very spontaneously. Like, they're like, now boom, like something happens now and you're learning, like boom, 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 like you're there's a barricade of knowledge and everything flying at you, and then the next day is like really calm, really quiet, nothing is happening. And I feel like first off, some of the things that I've really been able to pick, some of the non-academic things, if I do say so myself, that I've been able to pick from this program will be, first off, the work ethic. Because forget everything that you're hearing about being a doctor, saving lives, practicing medicine, doing this, being intelligent. You need to have work ethic. You building up character in terms of showing up to work, how you behave when no one is really looking at you, how you behave when you're not really getting any sort of remunerations. I have spoken about the types of remunerations you can get in another video, but no one is going to be giving you any money, sis. Like, if possible, some facilities are going to ask you to pay them for your observership program. So how is it going so far? Thankfully, I didn't have to pay for mine. I have been able to hone my work ethic skills. I've been able to hone my people skills because I've been moving around different social strata of people. And it's like, when you just when you hear people talk now, you can kind of gauge where they're at, and you can gauge how you respond to them in terms of, if you're talking to a patient, what type of tone to use, terminologies and things like that. Like, guys, it has been, for that side of things, it has been so good. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Another thing that I have really enjoyed is how much information I am privy to, in terms of, I get into places and people are ready to answer me, or people are ready to open doors for me or files for me, because I'm a doctor and I'm expected to know. I'm using the word expected because some of these patients are not even my primary patients. Like, I'm not managing anyone, but they're not even my primary patients in the sense that my direct house officer or my direct senior doctors are not like the ones primarily managing them. But I'm so privy to know what happens, to know what type of management is given, to know what we are managing this person for, what we're treating this person for. Like, guys, it is just golden. Okay, it's really just golden. Another thing that I've been able to learn from my observership is how how medicine is connected in. And I'm saying this basically because I mean, from my time in surgery, I found out that surgery is not a one-man job. Like, yes, I am biased for surgery. Yes, I want to be a surgeon sometime soon. What type of surgeon, I don't even know. But the fact that I have seen people work as a team, like, now I'm really beginning to appreciate teamwork. Because I mean, if your job is just to stand by the side and hold retractors or be at the door and like tear plasters out, like, you're still doing something. So that's like one other thing that I've really been able to, you know, take home from this observership program that I don't think I would have taken from just reading my books or, you know, preparing for the exams, so to speak. I do want to say this here, that one of the, I mean, your observership is not just going to be all rosy and all, you know, smooth, and people are going to percuss you, palpate you. They're going to check if you have something upstairs, and if you don't, they're going to try to teach you. And if you don't learn, I hope you learn for your sake. I really hope you learn. But yeah, what I wanted to say is, it is quite difficult to combine you having your observership program and you studying for the exams at the same time. So I hope that if you're watching this video, you're trying to get a good timeline for how to, you know, space out your things. If you're interested in like doing an observership program, please don't make it close to the time, or don't prolong it so much that it gets into the time where you have to like actively prepare for your exam, because your observership is going to take a chunk out of you in terms of energy, in terms of like energy, mental energy, physical energy, you reading, preparing for the next day, preparing for the best mode of management for your patients, because your opinion could be asked, you know. So these are things that you do not want to combine with reading for the Mdcn exam, because when you're reading for the Mdcn exam, I'm going to give you how things usually will be. All right, you're reading for the Mdcn exam and you're expecting that you meet like a classical patient. You're expecting that tuberculosis will present with cough and night sweats, or cancer will present with weight loss, you know, maybe lumps somewhere, some type of lymphadenopathy. I'm sorry if this is getting a little too complex, but I'm trying to explain to the medical people what, like, I'm just trying to pass a message across. All right, so you're expecting that, but in real practice it's not really the same things. So you don't like meet classical TB patients that maybe have cough and night sweats. Your patient might present with cough, hemoptysis, not necessarily like no night sweats, or maybe night sweats and they present with something else that could like kind of take your differential away from tuberculosis. So I think you preparing for both of them at the same time, it can be quite daunting. All right, no jokes guys, quite daunting. One of the things that you want to do during this time is, when you are moving around during your observership program, please have a book, a jotter, a note, some paper, pen, like something to store information in your phone, the notes app, like things like that. Because guys, believe you me, you will meet different types of people, different types of doctors, different types of co-workers at this point, people that want to teach you, people that want to find out how much you know, and people that want to just laugh at you. And I don't mean this in a bad way. Some of them, that's how they learned too. They learned by being scorned or being laughed at, so maybe that's the only way they know how to teach. So now, if you do meet those type of people, my advice is to please keep an open mind. Of course you're learning a lot on the job, of course you're being exposed to different scenarios, of course there are some hazards you need to learn to look out for. That's another thing, I'm gonna get into that, but that's another thing that being on this observership has helped me with. So while you're learning how to look out for, how to cooperate, how to work with people, also learn to keep an open mind because of the type of people that you'll be coming in contact with. All right, now another thing that the observership has helped me with is how to this is safety first. Like, when I mean safety first, I mean safety first. Like, be safe. All right, now I'm saying this because you'll be exposed to different types of bodily fluids, substances, some type of toxic drugs, if I do say so myself, and it is your job as a primary caregiver or an observer to the primary caregiver to be safe. Be safe. When I mean be safe, I mean escape. If you see blood squirt, close your eyes and duck, like, fast. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but yeah, that's one of the things that it has taught me. Because I mean, when you forget yourself in the process of administering care for someone else, then we have to care for you and then care for them. I don't know if that makes sense. So to avoid being the patient, just be safe. Be safe, all right? Another thing that I've learned on the course of my observership program is to be able to get out of the way fast. And I'm saying this because as an observer, you most likely won't be having any roles, except in, there are some hospitals, okay, that depending on your readiness, your willingness to learn, how available you are, they will assign you some tasks. I got to fill out some forms, I got to get consents from patients, I got to, you know, take samples, set lines, like do all of those things, just because I was available and I feel like they could tell, you know, that I was ready to learn. Now, if you are an observer that you're trying to find your way around medicine, or you're trying to decide if this medicine thing is for you, you most likely will not know, you most likely will not be as available and as ready to learn, ready to actively participate as I was, okay? So most of the things that you'll be doing will include standing and watching, standing by the door watching, standing by curtain observing, something of that sort. You most likely won't be actively doing anything. Now, in those type of times, you might encounter like emergency cases, you might encounter like we need to do something now, those type of cases. And if you do encounter those type of cases, you standing there as an observer isn't really going to help. So your job at that point is to get out of the way, stay safe, and follow whatever is being done, okay? Follow in the sense that, okay, you move at the pace they're moving, you're watching everything that's done, because you're most likely going to remember what you saw someone do than what you read in a book. I don't know if I'm making sense at this way, but yeah, so you need to be able to get out of the way. If there needs to be an emergency surgery, if there needs to be an emergency drug administration, if you meet like patients that maybe they had road traffic accidents, we do get a lot of that here in Nigeria, you know, and you need to be able to just escape, because you might be hindering the care that your senior doctor or your house officer wants to administer to that patient while you are wherever you are at. I don't know if I'm making sense. Okay guys, I hope this helped you. I hope you learned from this. If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and please write in the comment section what you're taking away from this video. Will you be doing an observership? Have you been enjoying the observership series so far? Is that something that you're interested in? If these are, you know, topics, if there are any observership topics you'd like me to talk about, please leave them also as well in the comment section. I'll be getting to them, and I'll see you in another video. For now, peace and lots of love.